The following portion of Daytime Tri-Cities is sponsored by Local Orthodontics. Once again, it is time for our Junior Chef, and we want to thank Local Orthodontics for sponsoring Junior Chef. And today's Junior Chef is from West Ridge High School, rising senior Cayden Coates. Cayden, good to see you. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Let's talk before we get into your dish because, first of all, it smells amazing. Second of all, y'all just got back from Walt Disney World in April where you all did really well down at a cooking competition in there. Tell us about it.
Well, Disney was quite an experience. It would be my second year that we've went, and honestly, it's a really great environment. You have a lot of excitement, a lot of people you get to meet, and it's a really great experience.
In your experience, y'all finished second, your group did?
Yes, we did.
All right, very good. And it's a world championship, so that's very impressive. All right, let's talk about what you're going to be cooking for us today. What have you got going on?
Okay, so right now I got my filet. It is searing right now. It's about to get done, and I'm just going to take this and put it off to the side.
All right.
But whenever you sear your steak, there's this thing left over in the pan. It's called fond.
Oh, yeah.
Fond is what makes your base for the flavor, and you add all this stuff, and it just makes everything taste better.
Let's talk about your steak here. You seared it all the way around.
Seared it all the way around.
Seared all the way around, and you want to let that rest before you do something with it.
Right.
Always, right?
You want to take it out of the fridge and just let it come to room temperature.
Okay.
You don't want to put a nice ice cold steak on a piping hot pan.
Right, and when you cook it, you want to let it rest for a minute before you start cutting off. Correct? Okay,
Correct.
very
So I'm just going to let that rest for a little
bit. All right,
bit.
so now you're going to make a pan sauce and do some other things here. Tell us, you got all the goodness, all the spices, all the butter and all that
all
stuff.
This is fun. I'm going to take these mushrooms we've already seasoned, and I'm just going to put them in here. They take the longest to cook, so we're just going to put them in there early.
Ooh, I love that sound.
That sounds great. It smells great. So I'm just going to take it, kind of give them an even coat of all that butter in there and all that fond, trying to scrape some of that off.
Okay. You want to get all of that flavor in there.
Yes, all of it.
And when it comes to cooking mushrooms, you got to make sure you know they're going to reduce some, and there's going to be some liquid there as well.
The most important thing about a mushroom is that you just want it to, you can eat a mushroom raw, but everybody likes more cooked mushrooms.
Oh yeah,
so.
Sauteed with a little butter and some spices.
I'm going to add some butter there.
Absolutely, do it, yeah.
So I'm just going to take that, I'm going to let this simmer and just have the butter reduce.
Now tell me what y'all did when for your group, when you were at Walt Disney World, what dish did you all prepare?
We had Asia, so you get like different continents.
Right.
We pulled Asia, so we have mystery ingredients that we don't know beforehand. We go in there. So one of our mystery ingredients was Thai noodles.
Ooh, okay.
So we had to make a Thai noodle dish. We used shrimp, which is another one of our mystery ingredients.
Okay.
And we made a little Thai. We had peppers, green and red peppers in there, and we put our shrimp on top of it. It had a nice little shrimp glaze.
That sounds amazing. That sounds really good. So we got the butter in there.
We got the butter.
The spices are already on the mushrooms.
Turn it up a little bit.
Turn the heat up just a tad.
Yep.
Now when you're sauteing mushrooms, how do you know that they're ready?
Well, you want to, so whenever you're sauteing mushrooms, they're going to start developing this little coat of black bits.
Okay.
That takes one out for you, as you can tell. This one's starting to get a little bit darker.
Right.
And opposed to it being light, you can still use a little bit more time. But you know what's good, you can honestly do like taste tests and just getting it to where you're.
We like to call that quality control. Right?
Yes. I'm going to try one right now.
Oh, there you go. A little hot, a little hot.
Maybe.
Oh, there you go. Brave man. There you go.
You kind of get used to it. It still needs a little bit of time, but it's tasting pretty good.
All right, so you're going to saute these. And normally, how long would you saute mushrooms?
Personal preference, I do
you
about.
Gotta look at them, but
personal preference, I do about 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Nothing more than that.
You don't want to do that on extremely high.
No, you don't want to.
Because they'll get bad things will happen. No. Yes. So you got. Oh man, that sauce is looking good. What else do we need?
Well, I was going to start my roux.
Okay.
My roux in here. This is a roux. Basic roux components is just an oil.
Right.
And flour.
Right.
This has a little bit of stock. This was pre-made, but it's just a basic roux.
I know a lot of folks do roux when they're doing like gumbos and jambalaya and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna. Roux it can go in a lot of sauces.
Right. Yes. If you don't care to hand me that
that's right.
beef right here.
A little beef stock.
We're gonna make a sort of gravy to go with our steak and gnocchi.
I like where you're going.
I'm just gonna add a little bit at a time.
I like where you're going.
We want this to be kind of thick, but not too thick.
All right.
Just gonna try and break this up and mix it with our mushrooms and.
All right. Well, Cayden, we're going to let you finish this up as we go to break, okay?
Okay.
We're going to come back here in just a little while. We're going to finish up this sauce. We're going to pair it with some gnocchi. We're going to have a steak in there. Folks, it's going to be a magnificent dish. And this is Junior Chef. We got Cayden Coates with us, rising senior from West Ridge High School. And we want to thank, once again, Local Orthodontics for being our sponsor. We'll be back with more Daytime coming up in just a few mullets. The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by Local Orthodontics.